evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, together with the Presidential Communications Office.
We bring you the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news coverage from the People's Television, IBC, Philippine News Agency, Philippine Information Agency, and Presidential Broadcast Service. I'm Princess Abiba Saripauda.
And I'm Joe Fernandez. We are from Radio Pilipinas. Welcome to
Balitang Pambansa.
Tonight's headlines. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. approves and hikes the gratuity pay to 7,000 pesos for contract of service and job order government workers. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. commends the Armed Forces of the Philippines for its response against challenges and changes in the security landscape. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. turns over 60 million pesos to assist communities affected by the Canlaon volcano eruption in Negros Oriental. Consumer sentiment improves while businesses become more optimistic during the last quarter of the year. The Department of Agriculture assures sufficient supply of rice and agricultural products. The contract of service and job order government personnel will surely have a merrier Christmas this year. That's because the President approved the release of higher gratuity pay for the hardworking and dedicated men and women who continue to fulfill their duties for the nation even during the holidays. PTV's Ken Pasyente is the bearer of this good and very welcome news.
Higher gratuity pay. This is the government's holiday gift for contract of service and job order workers in government agencies. From the previous 5,000 pesos in past years, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has approved a gratuity pay of 7,000 pesos, provided employees have been working in the government for 4 months or longer. This is through Administrative Order Number 28 issued by the Palace and signed by Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin. But worry no more, as workers will receive 6,000 pesos if they have served for 3 months but less than 4 months, 5,000 pesos if they have worked for 2 months but less than 3 months, while 4,000 pesos will be given to employees with less than 2 months of service. The Budget Department expressed gratitude for the President's initiative to make this increase in gratuity pay possible for COS and JO workers. According to the DBM, this is a big help to workers, especially since the country has experienced successive calamities this year. It also assured the government will not neglect COS and JO employees, given their significant contributions to government operations. The order covers COS and JO employees of the national government agencies, state universities and colleges, government-owned or controlled corporations or GOCCs, and local water districts. From PTV Manila, Kenneth Pasyente, Balitang Pambansa.
The leader of the land has time and again assured his administration's full support to the defenders of sovereignty. That's why the chief executive didn't miss the chance to attend and personally congratulate the Armed Forces of the Philippines on its 89th anniversary celebration. PTV's Patrick Jesus tells us more.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines celebrates its 89th anniversary with the team sa Diga ng Sambayanan tungo sa Bagong, Pilipinas. This was personally attended by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., where he assured continued support for the AFP, including the modernization of their capabilities and skills.
Modernization is not simply about acquiring advanced equipment. It is about transforming the way we think, the way we act, and the way we operate as a unified force.
The Commander-in-Chief also recognized the AFP's response to various challenges and changes in the security landscape for almost 9 decades. President Marcos Jr. stated the AFP serves as the foundation of the country's sovereignty.
As your Commander-in-Chief, I encourage you to remain true to the values that have guided this institution for 89 years. Uphold honor in the face of adversity. Lead with compassion, especially in times of crisis. Inspire with your humanity, for it is your very character that defines the armed forces.
Meanwhile, the AFP declined to comment on the alleged open letter from retired soldiers to the President, questioning the 2025 national budget, which included cuts to the AFP modernization program. The AFP expressed trust in the President.
In fact, he was supposed to sign the budget into law today. pero hindi niya ginawa dahil gusto niyang i-review muna at kung meron siyang kailangan ibalik ng mga budget ay gagawin niya. So, we have full trust naman dun sa sistema natin. Hindi naman kailangan maging source of discontent or even concern ito. Meaning, of course, we are concerned about the budget, no? But we trust the system.
Browner also clarified that the command conference led by President Marcos Jr. with the AFP was not a loyalty check.
Wala naman, hindi nagkaroon ng loyalty check. No? What was important in the command conference is that we presented kung ano yung mga naging accomplishments ng AFP all throughout the years. Nothing political. Very professional yung naging command conference.
One of the priorities highlighted by the Commander-in-Chief during the command conference was cybersecurity. From the People's Television Network, Patrick De Jesus, Balitang Pambansa.
Good news to motorists. The San Miguel Corporation, or SMC, announced toll fees on its expressways will be free of charge on Christmas and New Year's Eve. Toll fees will be waived from 10 p.m. on December 24 to 6 a.m. on December 25, and from 10 p.m. on December 31 to 6 a.m. on January 2025. Motorists can pass free of charge on the Skyway system, NAIA Expressway, South Luzon Expressway, Star Tollway, and Tarlac Pangasinan La Union Expressway. According to SMC, this is done every Christmas and New Year's Eve to help motorists get back to their families as quickly as possible. It also serves as a gesture of gratitude for the frequent use of their expressways.
Meanwhile, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, or CAAP, is fully prepared to accommodate the anticipated surge in air passenger traffic this holiday season. CAAP has optimized its air traffic management systems, implemented contingency plans, and set up Malasakit Help Desk to assist travelers. Passengers will also receive Malasakit kits containing snacks and hygiene essentials to enhance their travel experience.
Travelers heading to their provinces this holiday season are flocking to the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, or PITX. Many opted to travel earlier to avoid the heavy influx later in the day. An estimated 100,000 passengers arrive at the terminal, and strict security measures are in place, including baggage checks and a K9 unit at the terminal entrance, ensuring safety for all.
In-expect natin na December 20 hanggang January 6, 3 milyong pasahero ang dadagsa sa ating terminal. So today is the first day that we expect the peak.
The Office of Civil Defense, or OCD, says President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. gave both the local governments of Canlaon City and provincial government of Negros Oriental 30 million pesos each to help them address the needs of their constituents affected by the eruption of Canlaon Volcano. A report by the Philippine News Agency says that the distribution of the support was facilitated by Special Assistant to the President, Secretary Antonio Lagdameo Jr. The funds are aimed at helping areas affected like Negros Occidental, which declared a state of calamity, recover from the effects of the eruption. Canlaon City, particularly its local chief executive, urged the national government to help them as they could only sustain the needs of internally displaced persons for 3 to 4 days.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development, in partnership with Canlaon City, set up community kitchens in evacuation centers to assist internally displaced persons affected by the Canlaon eruption. DSWD FO Field Office 7 Director Shalane Lucero said they have intensified their disaster response and are ready to provide more assistance if needed. On December 18, DSWD Field Office 6 teams, led by Arwin Razo, distributed food packs to displaced families in Bagong City and La Carlota City, Negros Occidental.
The Social Security System, or SSS, has released over 1.5 billion pesos worth of calamity loan assistance to nearly 70,000 members affected by recent typhoons just 2 weeks after the launching of the assistance package. According to Acting Head of SSS Public Affairs and Special Events Division Carlo Villacorta, the loan assistance was made available last month to eligible members in areas hit by tropical cyclones Christine, Marce, Nika, Ophel, and Pipito. Villacorta added many members affected by extreme weather disturbances have availed of calamity loans to recover from damages, expressing hope the assistance will help them rebuild in time for the holiday season.
Cities and towns in the culinary capital of the Philippines were recognized by the Pampanga Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council for their programs in calamity response and mitigation. Philippine Information Agency Sentro Luzon's Aldrin Malyari has the details.
The PDRMC cited outstanding cities and municipalities in Pampanga through the 2024 Disaster Resilience and Enhanced Adaptation and Mitigation or DREAM Assessment awarding ceremony. In his message, Governor Dennis Pineda lauded all LGUs for their efforts in continuously enhancing their disaster preparedness and response capabilities.
Importante po kayo. Actually, kayo po ang first line of defense natin. Kayo ang una naming inaasahan bago po kami sa provincial. Kaya dapat palakasin ho natin lahat ang mga LGU natin. So kung ano pa ho matutulong ng provincial government, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ho yan. Hindi ho kami aatras sa pagtulong sa inyo. Kung ano po yung pangangailangan, nandito po kami laging nakasuporta sa mga LGU natin.
Mabalacat ranked first in the city category and received a combi spreader cutter with accessories and personal protective equipment from the provincial government. Magalang, on the other hand, topped the municipal category and took home a fire truck.
The DREAM assessment will resume in 2026 to give other LGUs ample time to improve their disaster initiatives. From the PIA Central Luzon, Aldrin Malyari for Balitang Pambansa.
Up next, improvement in consumer confidence is seen in the last quarter of the year.
Department of Tourism Calabarzon launches Pasyal Rizal. The details and more when Balitang Pambansa returns.
Siya ni Rodrigo Pescoso Jr. nga taga Lapog Bilabsyo sa Abra. 50 years nga nagtatalon ako. Kat kasi na po Diyos, sumad na ito, nakatulong kanya ng pabasa, kalagati italungan anak ko. Kat kasi na po Diyos, nakagraduate namin ng college sen. Inuran mi iti 15 years nga naala dito nga titulo. Adumatan na itulong na dito nga daga nga kwan. Nanganan mi, pagmulmulaan mi tinateng, pagmulmulaan mi ti mais, inumami pa ti kabakiran na nga pagmulaan ti pagay.
10 ARBs, including the Pescosa family, received e-titles for 5.9463 hectares from Tangbao, San Isidro, Abra.
Agyaman kami apo, Presidente Marcos, kin Secretary Estrella, itidaytang nga naitad kada kami nga titulo nga libre. Daytang nga titulo kat nakanagan kada kami. Ami nga problema na unti makagaw kada kami tapo kami daytang.
Wish namin sa inyo isang masaya at ligtas na bagong taon at Pasko. Kapag magre-regalo, siguraduhin non-toxic at angkop ito sa edad ng pagbibigyan mo. Kapag pupunta sa mataong lugar, ingatan ang mga gamit, pati na ang mga kasamang paslit. Enjoyin ang handaan, pero balanced diet ay huwag kalimutan. Huwag magmaneho ng lasing para di maging peligro sa daan. Umiwas na muna sa mga delikatong pampaingay at manood na lang ng fireworks display sa TV o sa barangay. Hanapin ang ICC mark kapag bibili ng Christmas lights o pailaw. Iwasan ang overloading ng mga electric outlet at i-unplug ang lahat ng kagamitan kung aalis ng tahanan. I-secure din ang bahay kapag ito ay iiwan at kung kaya rin lang, ibili nito sa mapagkakatiwalaang kaanak o kaibigan. Mga paalala para sa isang masaya at ligtas na pagdiriwang mula sa PTV para sa bayan.
The Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP reported consumer sentiment improved and businesses are more optimistic in the fourth quarter of the year. According to Philippine News Agency's report, the latest Consumer Expectations Survey or CES revealed improved consumer sentiment in the fourth quarter, with the overall confidence index or CI rising to negative 11.1% from negative 15.6% in the previous quarter. The central bank attributed this improvement to increased income sources, more family members working, and greater job availability. Moreover, BSP's latest Business Expectations Survey, or BES, showed a rise in the overall confidence index to 44.5% from 32.9% in the third quarter.
The Department of Agriculture expects the country to have enough supply of rice as well as other agri-products for the coming year. DA Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa explains the country has almost 3 months worth of stable grain supply in its stock inventory, even if this time is considered to be the lean months. This is also what the agency expects from other agricultural products like livestock or for pork and chicken meat. Livestock players earlier guaranteed there will not be a problem in the supply of such agri-products. Likewise, government expects to have sufficient supply of vegetables and fish as the fishing season will end in either January or February of next year.
Kahit may lean months at wala tayong anihin pa hanggang March, April, meron tayong sapat na imbak ng bigas at meron din naman ding importasyon na dumarating during the first quarter. So makakaasa tayo ng magandang supply at magandang presyo ng bigas ng mga first quarter next year.
On the other news, the Department of Finance and the Department of Energy signed a joint memorandum circular allowing electric cooperatives to seek tax exemptions from local government units to reduce financial burdens and improve electricity access. The circular outlines how ECS can benefit from tax exemptions under Republic Act 7160 and 10531. It was drafted following concerns raised during budget discussions and has the support of the League of LGUs. Non-stock ECS registered with the NEA and stock cooperatives with the CDA are exempt from local taxes. ECS must meet operational standards set by the NEA and achieve at least a 75% compliance rating to qualify for exemptions. The Bureau of Local Government Finance will oversee the implementation and compliance with the DOE, coordinating the distribution and monitoring of the circular.
House Quad Committee Lead Chair Representative Robert Ace Barbers insisted there is enough basis for the recommendation they made in their progress report. This was the lawmakers' response to criticisms to the recommendation, particularly to the filing of charges of crimes against humanity against former President Rodrigo Duterte and several others. Representative Barbers added there was no politics involved in the Quadcom's decision, and the joint panel only based the recommendation on the evidence and testimony they have gathered so far.
Emphasize that there's no politically motivated information that we shared. Nakita ng publiko ano yung lumalabas sa mga bibig ng mga testigo eh. Nakita ng publiko ano yung nangyayari sa hearing. And this is being watched. I'm sure they also watch this. Hindi naman po galing sa bibig ng membro ng Quad yan. No? We only follow where the evidence leads us. No?
The Philippine National Police Drug Enforcement Group seized nearly 2.4 billion pesos worth of narcotics from January to December this year, including 168 kilograms of shabu, over 3.8 million marijuana plants, and 1,830 kilograms of dried marijuana leaves. According to the report gathered by the Philippine News Agency, the PDEG conducted 698 operations, leading to the arrest of 809 drug suspects and the rescue of 4 trafficked persons. The operations focused on interdiction and were documented with body-worn cameras for transparency. PDEG Chief Brigadier General Eleazar Mata emphasized the importance of coordinated, high-impact operations to ensure successful prosecutions. He also honored operatives who died in line of duty, calling them heroes. Mata highlighted the PDEG's efforts align with the PNP's recalibrated anti-illegal drug campaign roadmap 2024 to 2028, which focuses on a humane and inclusive approach, in line with the President Marcos Jr.'s vision.
The country's first regional storage warehouse and cold chain facility is now up and running in Soxargen. Philippine Information Agency Soxargen's Aurea Marie Belguera has the full report.
The Department of Health Center for Health Development Soxargen recently inaugurated the nation's first regional storage warehouse and cold chain facility, signifying the DOH commitment to efficient, responsive healthcare and ensuring the timely delivery of essential supplies in the region. The first of its kind 733 square meter regional storage warehouse will enhance the management and distribution of crucial medical supplies, including vaccines, equipment, and emergency stockpiles.
So lahat po ng local procurement natin dito na warehouse sa regional office natin sa Coronadal and central procurement din po. So ganun lang din yung routine. So ina-accept natin yung from the central and local procurement natin, and then i-store natin sa ating warehouse, and then based sa allocation ng mga program, sagap po namin dinidistribute.
The Department of Health stated that the facility's design facilitates the storage and distribution of these resources not only within the Soxargen region, but also throughout Mindanao during emergencies and disasters, strengthening the region's preparedness and response efforts during crisis.
Ito naman po sa amin sa pharmaceutical section, drugs and medicines, temperature sensitive na mga commodities, and ang atong mga vaccines. So kung mapansin ninyo, sa pagsunod ninyo dire, medyo ang temperature is different sa ambient, and then dire po is controlled room temperatures yung storage natin. In that way, ma-assure natin na 100% effective yung mga binibigay natin gamot sa community.
The DOH-CHD Soxargen hopes that this milestone will serve as model for other regions to help further advance the department's mission to make healthcare more accessible, equitable, and efficient nationwide. From Philippine Information Agency Soxargen, Aurea Marie Belguera, Balitang Pambansa.
The Department of Tourism in Calabarzon is generating excitement with the launch of Pasyal Rizal, a new initiative aimed at highlighting the natural and man-made attractions of Rizal Province. Philippine Information Agency Calabarzon's Ana Mole has the report.
Bringing together provincial and municipal tourism officers, tour operators, academe, content creators, and media, the Department of Tourism has launched the Pasyal Rizal Tourism Initiative aimed at promoting the rich cultural heritage, historical landmarks, and breathtaking natural attractions of Rizal Province. Delegates visited the town of Montalban, San Mateo, Taytay, Antipolo, Binangonan, Baraz, and Tanay, where they engaged with local artisans, small businesses, and cultural groups. For the Tourism Department, this is their initiative to create a tourism model that is inclusive for all sectors.
Wow, when it comes to tourism development, ay kailangan po ay walang maiiwan. Kaya kami ay nakikipagtulungan sa ating mga partners na stakeholders and also sa ating mga local na pamahalaan para po ma-assess i-assess natin ano ba yung unique na meron dito sa inyong lugar.
Marami pong magagandang lugar, sceneries at mga mahalagang bagay na ngayon lang po namin na-discover na excited po kami na i-share sa ating academic sector.
In 2023, Rizal was hailed as the most visited province in the region with almost 40 million same-day and overnight tourists.
It is crucial for the government to improve the services of the tourism sector to usher additional income opportunities, strengthen local industries, and bolster economies of communities under the Bagong Pilipinas. From the Philippine Information Agency, Calabarzon, Ana Mole, Balitang Pambansa.
Nearly 500 information officers took part in the inaugural Barangay Information Officers Network Assembly in the Caraga region. Philippine Information Agency Caraga's Jennifer Peña Gaetano tells us more.
Wearing their blue shirts with the phrase, "A well-informed Filipino is an empowered Filipino," all barangay information officers in the province of Agusan del Sur, including information officers from various offices of the provincial government, were united in the first Barangay Information Officers Network or Bayan Assembly in the town of Prosperidad. The gathering was a significant one for the participants because of the learning sessions shared to them by the Presidential Communications Office and Philippine Information Agency Caraga, along with the Department of the Interior and Local Government.
Mapasalamaton ko labi na sa kinigihatag opportunity sa amo sa Barangay Secretary o Barangay Information Officer nga diin regarding sa mga accurate information nga dapat ihatod sa mga katauhan labi sa mga sa komunidad.
Once we are informed, well-informed, we are empowered, and when people are empowered, mas mo-function ta sa community, mas dali ang kalambuan no, sa ato ang mga communities.
The participants hoped for a sustainable network of the Barangay Information Officers and to have more trainings by next year. Assistant Secretary for Cultural Affairs and International Engagements, Rowena Hidalgo Otida of the PCO, urged information officers to be responsible in sharing information with the public through social media platforms. PIA Deputy Director General for Regional Operations Adolfo Ares Gutierrez also reminded everyone to help the government combat misinformation and disinformation. The information officers signed the Pledge of Commitment and assured that they will do their best to disseminate accurate, timely, and relevant information on the programs and projects of the government to their respective communities. From the Philippine Information Agency Caraga, Jennifer Peña Gaetano for the Balitang Pambansa.
And that concludes a rundown of the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news and information from all across the nation. From Radyo Pilipinas, I'm Joe Fernandez.
This is your trusted news source, always ready to inform and serve the Filipino people. Catch Balitang Pambansa again next week at 7 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. for more updates and developments. From Radyo Pilipinas, I'm Princess Habiba Saripaudak, and this is
Balitang Pambansa.